the ministry that I'm involved in is in the area of finances and credit. We help families and individuals to get their credit well, high up. Another aspect of our ministry is helping families and individuals to be able to save money or put money aside, which it will grow in an investment type that they can withdraw later in life. We have several products. One of them is called IUL, and with the IUL, whatever money that you put in, you get life coverage, and also a chunk of your money is invested for you where it grows and you can withdraw it anytime that you want at a very high interest rate. And one of the challenges or questions that people ask is that, how could I put this money and in few years able to withdraw so much? This is too good to be true. Now, I happened to meet Sister Michelle, who happened to be at the seminar yesterday. She told me about the similar one that she has done. So I would like her to share her opinion, her thoughts about it, since she has actually gone through the program. So she will be somebody who can actually testify and share her experience, how the program is, and if it's indeed something that will help you. Or now, hand over to Sister Michelle. Sister Michelle, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Good to have you.
Thank you.
My name is Michelle again, and I have met this young man, yes, Chris Toffey, and he told me about the IUL, right? So being here with him this morning, sitting down and going through it, I remember that I have a similar thing from Jamaica, right? So thank God for IUL Nicholson from Sagicor, Jamaica. She's the one that introduced it to me. And when you have anything pops up, cause in life you don't know what will happen, what tomorrow will be. So she said that whenever time something come up and you can't finance it, you can just pull money from it. So it's not only just paying life insurance, but for when you're dead, for somebody to reap it and bend it and bury you. But while living, you have money. So this is what the IUL about. And back home in Jamaica, I used that system, and that system worked for me.
Good.
It worked for me very well. I am grateful. So as I said, thank you for IUL Nicholson. Now, I'll be doing this same system in kind of a different form. This have a different name because it's actually the same thing. And the best way to invest money is through insurance. Insurance have one of the highest interest rates. That's what I've learned. So that's where you must put your money. And that's where I am putting my money. I've been doing it back in a small island, and now I'm going to do it here in the US, where I'm going to do the IUL, and I'm putting money in there so I can read that.
And one thing to add to what you just said regarding the 401k, not that it is bad, no, it's good.
It is
but
good.
What we're saying is something better than the 401k. Among the reasons is the fact that, let's say 65, you have retired from work, you are no longer working. The 401k comes to an end.
Right.
But that's the point, that you need money working for you the most.
That's the time you need money.
Exactly.
That's why you have person at age 65 said they only can manage, and they will be at the workplace working. And you're like, oh my goodness, they can't do the full 8 hours. They have to be like 3-4 hours a day. Right? And it is so hard to see our grandma and grandpa doing all of it. It is not good.
So we are just encouraging our people that they will open up, and one thing, even that age, we have what you call old age sickness.
Right.
401k won't give you that. IUL, you have the critical illness, chronic illness.
Yes. As a self-employed,
okay.
How do the IUL benefit me and other self-employers out there, like persons that have their own little African shop stores and driving Uber or Lyft, or doing DoorDash, person that do all of that type of job? How does the IUL benefit them?
All right, great question. Focus right now is how to use it as a retirement plan.
Yes.
If you are self-employed, you're driving Uber, you're braiding hair, you're doing shipping, all these small business things that you do, that you don't have any social security benefit, you don't have any retirement plan. The IUL helps you to decide. You sit down, you look at your budget, this is how much I'm making, this is how much is going to expenses. Therefore, going forward, I'm going to put this money aside every month. If you put whatever that you want, $100, $200, or $300, that money that you are putting aside is going to give you the life and health coverage. Then a chunk of it is invested for you, and the investment continues for your entire life. You can withdraw it anytime that you want. You don't have to be 59 before you withdraw it.
Amazing.
And another thing, I think I've addressed that. We have also in it, we have the option to turn on what we call lifetime income. Lifetime income. So basically, the way that it works, your lump sum, let's say $200,000, that's a lump sum money that you have. You can turn on a lifetime income rider on, and that one will help you to guarantee you minimum income that you will receive for the rest of your life.
Wow, that is interesting. The other thing I want to ask you about is that the part where you can get to pull the money, like lend yourself the money. Explain that.
Okay,
I need to learn more about it.
All right, great. That's how it works. Let's say you are doing, I'm making this one up, hypothetically, doing $100 a month. All right. Good. 5 years later, you have, say, $5,000 in your cash value that you can withdraw.
Right.
All right. You and I, you know that if you take out the $5,000 cash, it's going to start from zero.
Right.
It doesn't grow from there. It starts from zero to build up again.
Right.
But you know, you and I, human beings, we have the greedy desire. We want to eat our cake and have it.
Right.
We're going to eat our cake and have it. So the company, financial institutions, comes in and give you a second option.
Right.
That, hey, Michelle, instead of taking your money as cash and start from zero, we can loan you our own money to you. And so that you don't have to touch your money. And your money will continue to grow at the high rate that they are offering you.
Right.
So if you accept, now remember, this is option. It's not something that you have to.
Right.
You can take it as cash, or you can decide to take it as a loan. And you take their money as a loan. So once you take their $5,000 as a loan, you also have the option to pay back or not to pay back.
Wow. So you're saying I can pull this money?
Yes.
But I don't have to pay back?
You don't have to. You don't have to pay back.
I like that part of it.
Good. You want to eat our cake and have it.
Right, I want to eat my cake and have my cake.
Good.
And I need my money to still stay there, even though you lend me that money.
Yes.
I don't want nothing wrong with my investment.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Good. Let me explain how it does work. So the $100 that you are doing,
yes.
Let's say you have an insurance amount of, say, $150,000. All right. That $150,000 is set aside for two things. One, to go to the family if God calls you to glory, or two, to come to you in case of sickness. So once you take out the $5,000 as a loan and you decide not to pay back, all right, your account will be debited $5,000. In the future, 20 years down, if God calls you to glory, before they pay the $150,000 life insurance to your family, they will take out the loan that you took.
Oh, so they will take that $5,000, pay the family $145, but is there any interest to it?
Good, I'm going to address that part.
Okay.
Good, but just make sure that you understand how it does.
Yes.
You don't have to pay back. You don't have to pay back, but later on, when you are old age, 90 and you pass, before they pay the life insurance amount to your family, they will take out any loan that you took from your investment or from your cash value amount.
Got it.
Now remember, at that time, the cash value has built into millions.
Right.
So taking out the loan of 5,000, 10,000
is nothing.
Good. Now let's talk about the interest. Then this is how it does work. Remember the one that I showed you?
Yes.
The average interest rate is about almost 8%.
Right.
It's very high. All right, good. Now when it comes to the loan, the company has set a bar.
Okay.
The maximum that they can ever charge, you can ever pay on the interest. And the maximum is about 5%.
Oh my God.
That is the maximum.
So therefore, I worked all this time and I saved my money, right? And after saving my money, in the IUL of course, so it benefit me, not only benefit my family when I'm passed, but it also benefit me alive if I'm sick.
Yes.
And it also benefit me if I want to like go on vacation You're saying I can take that money.
You can take that
and take my family on vacation. After all, it's my money.
It's your
and I don't have to pay it back.
You don't have to pay it back.
Because
you have life insurance.
You have life insurance. They would. So you see, this is why I like IUL. This is so interesting.
Exactly.
Okay, continue.
Good. So the money that the interest that you are getting from your money is much higher than what the interest that the family will pay if you took it as a loan. Let me say it once again. Your money that you put in there is growing at the average interest rate of about 8%.
Right.
If you were to take it a loan instead of cash, now the company has set a bar that they cannot go beyond. The interest, the maximum interest that they can ever charge you, that's not the economy, is 5%.
Amazing.
So even if they are to charge you the maximum interest rate, they are to charge your family the maximum interest rate is still less than what you are making. That's one benefit. The second benefit serves as disability coverage,
right?
Such as terminal illness, chronic illness, critical illness. So the IUL comes with this health benefit that covers you. So it's not like insurance that you are paying, but also for your health and whilst you are alive. Now,
okay, 1 minute before you go on. What you're trying to say is that this IUL, it has, it's not only just debt insured, that's benefit.
No,
not just that.
Not just
but it
that.
Cover chronic illness.
Chronic illness, critical illness, terminal illness as well.
Okay. So if I'm in the hospital, IUL covers me.
Okay, good. Yes. So this is how the IUL, the health aspect works.
Right.
This, if you have a traditional health insurance, you go to emergency, you have to pay the copay, right?
Right.
Good. What about if you don't have the money? You become strong, you become challenged. So with the IUL, if the sickness falls in one of these three categories, critical, chronic, terminal, they give the money lump sum.
Okay.
You don't have to make a payment to get it.
Right.
And to better understand this money that we are talking about, is think more about nursing home. Nursing home. You know, the patients are there. Unfortunately, they don't work. They are not able to work.
Right.
No, but some of them have the money to pay for CNA professionals.
Yes.
Some of them are able to even buy houses.
Right.
The question is, where do they get the money from?
Yeah, where do all that money come from?
That's the reason that we need to ask ourselves.
Yes.
You know, we work for them and get some of the money.
Right.
But is it possible for us to also get the money when you fall into that situation? Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, that money, that option is available to all of us. So that is where the IUL comes in. They give the money to you in a lump sum.
So I have another question.
Yes.
This is like 529. But how can IUL benefit us?
Good.
In that area of our children and college funds set aside, what can IUL do for us as family? All
right, wonderful. Thank you for that question. And it's great, and we do encourage our parents to think about their children's future as well.
Right.
And you always, appreciate people who have, the enthusiasm to start something for their children.
Right.
The 529 is good, better than not having anything at all.
Right.
But the IUL has greater benefits. This is how it does work. The 529 is purely education. You use the money for education, not for anything else.
Okay.
But you and I, we know that education is not the only expenses that our children have to go through. They have to think about mortgage loan.
Yes.
They have to think about car loans. So they will buy a vehicle, they will buy a house, and if you look at it critically, average tuition or student loan is about 50,000 or 70,000 at most. Average, you're talking about average. You know that some also have about 100,000 or 200,000. But look at mortgage. Mortgage is about 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, much bigger than college loan.
Right.
So why do we have to think about only education and not thinking about their future as well?
Right.
So the IUL product, the way that it works, if you set up for your child, the child will be able to withdraw the money for college, Once they get out of college, now they are taking they are working professionals, so they can continue if they want to. All right, good. And they can also withdraw their money to buy a vehicle cash without taking a loan. After they are going into marriage, some of them, they use credit card to finance their wedding. You pray that doesn't happen. All right, good. So mortgage, the IUL becomes, it has grown so much because you started about 10 or 15 years ago.
Right.
So right now you have about, the child may have about 300,000 that they can withdraw this money to put into their house as a down payment if it doesn't pay off. So they will end up just about 50,000 or 30,000 that they will have to pay monthly.
Interesting.
Then they will continue the same account as they are retiring. And by the time, what I've done for my kids, by the time they reach in their 40s, they are already millionaires.
Yes.
IUL has grown already into millions. The 529 does not go beyond education. IUL goes beyond education, beyond retirement, your entire life.
We're losing money.
Exactly.
We're losing lots of money.
And this is what I tell we immigrants. We didn't have the opportunity to make millions in our youthful age, but we can save up for our children.
Yes.
We can save up for our children. So we encourage everyone watching us.
Right. Whether you're an immigrant, yes or no, IUL is the way to go.
Good. And again, Sister Michelle is someone who has done it before and has withdrawn money out of it. So she's speaking from experience.
And I also done it for my kids, right? Yeah.
Good.
My daughter, when I was pregnant with the last child, she's now 5 years old. I also do that for her, right? So all of them, it's grow. And what I did, I tried to increase it, put a little bit more in it. So whenever time I see like, okay, I'm making a little extra dollar, I can do that, I try and push it in it.
Good.
Because that will help them.
Good.
I give thanks for IUL.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And before we go, do you have any final words you're going to share with our brothers and sisters, our moms, our dads who are watching us?
The only thing I have to say is IUL is the way to go. Because I think they've heard everything. And if you need to hear more about this, you can contact Chris Toffey at christoffey.com. And then you can go on the website and you will see step by step, or you can call him at
512-999-6724.
Okay. And if you really need some more encouragement or ask as to my experience, you can call me at 954-245-9234, and I will give you more details as how it worked for me and my family.
Wonderful. Thank you so much once again. This is our sister Michelle, who has done the program, the IUL. He has withdrawn money from it, and she's speaking from experience.
Yes.
So there's nothing for you to worry about. Then, the great thing that he has done for us is she has given her number out. If you have any question that you don't want to ask me, she's available. You can ask it.
I will tell you.
All right.
It works for me. After all. It's nice meeting you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I love Chicago.
It is beautiful.
Do you know that it's my second time here?
Yes.
And I want to come back.
It is beautiful here.
All right, great. Thank you. All right. May God bless you all.
Okay.